What if everything you thought you knew about nursing homes was completely turned upside down? Today, we bring you a first-hand account from Clara, an 80-year-old woman whose remarkable journey challenges the mainstream narrative. Whether you're considering a nursing home for yourself or a loved one, this video offers an in-depth exploration of the realities behind those glossy brochures. Through personal testimony, updated research, and expert insights, we will reveal the hidden costs, emotional burdens, and systemic issues that too many seniors face. Throughout this video, we will explore Clara's journey and its many lessons, from the profound loss of personal independence to the staggering financial implications. And from the isolation experienced in institutional settings to the emerging alternatives for modern senior care. With up-to-date statistics and thoughtful commentary, we invite you to question established norms and consider a more informed and empowered approach to later life care. Chapter 1. The Shattered Illusion of Independence. Once, Clara thrived on her ability to chart her own course. Every morning, she would rise with the sun, take leisurely walks around her neighborhood, and savor the spontaneity of her day. But that freedom vanished the moment she stepped into a nursing home. Today, we learn how a loss of autonomy can deeply affect the human spirit. In fact, a 2022 report by the American Association of Retired Persons (AARP) revealed that nearly 68% of nursing home residents feel that they have lost control over their daily lives. This statistic is not merely a number. It is a reflection of personal stories like Clara's. As she poignantly recalls, "I used to decide when to get up, when to dress, when to eat. In a nursing home, every moment feels prescribed. You are no longer the captain of your own destiny." Cut to a close-up of Clara speaking directly to the camera in a warmly lit room. Her eyes reflect both sorrow and resilience. Clara testimonial. "When I made the move, I imagined a peaceful retreat, a place where I could relax and enjoy my golden years on my own terms. Instead, I quickly discovered that my life was no longer mine. Every routine, every meal, every walk was dictated by an imposed schedule, and that loss of freedom weighed heavily on my heart. This erosion of independence is more than a mere inconvenience. Studies show that restricted autonomy can lead to a decline in physical health due to reduced mobility and fewer opportunities for personal exercise. When seniors lose the ability to determine the pace and rhythm of their lives, the result is often a cascade of emotional distress, which in turn can exacerbate physical ailments. Researchers from the National Institute on Aging report that diminished control over one's daily schedule is strongly associated with increased rates of depression and feelings of helplessness. For Clara, each minute spent waiting for a caregiver was a minute taken from the life she once knew. Her story is a powerful reminder that independence is a vital ingredient in maintaining both physical health and emotional well-being. Chapter 2. The Unexpected Financial Burden and Hidden Costs. When Clara first stepped into the nursing home, she expected the cost to be transparent, a fixed monthly fee that covered all her needs. However, as many families soon discover, the advertised price is often just the tip of the iceberg. According to the latest data from the National Investment Center for Seniors Housing and Care, NIC, 2022, hidden expenses can add 20 to 30% or more to the advertised monthly fee. These additional costs may include charges for specialized care, mobility assistance, extra medical consultations, and even routine services that many assume are part of the standard package. Clara testimonial. "I was utterly shocked when I received the bills. They listed fees for everything from assistance with dressing to even routine hygiene care. I had always assumed such basics were included. It wasn't just the surprise of the expense, it was the anxiety over every extra dollar that seemed to vanish without explanation." The financial toll of nursing home care is a burden shared by millions of families. Surveys indicate that nearly half of all families with a loved one in institutional care end up facing unexpected costs that strain their budgets. It is not uncommon for these hidden fees to overwhelm what was thought to be a manageable expense, forcing difficult decisions between quality care and other essential needs. Understanding the complete cost of care requires an in-depth investigation into the fine print. Prospective residents and their families should demand detailed breakdowns of fees, ask for clarification about additional charges, and, if possible, compare the financial commitments of several institutions. Financial counselors specializing in elder care can also offer insights into managing these burdens effectively. Moreover, it is crucial to note that the financial stress extends far beyond the monthly bills. The emotional strain of dealing with unexpected expenses can worsen the overall experience of institutional care, leaving residents and their families feeling trapped in a cycle of financial and emotional vulnerability. Chapter 3: The Emotional and Mental Toll of Institutional Care. Beneath the surface of daily routines lies a pervasive emotional challenge that is often overlooked: the crushing sense of isolation. For many seniors, including Clara, the move into a nursing home brings with it an unexpected enemy: loneliness. Recent research conducted by the National Institute on Aging, 2023, indicates that up to 55% of nursing home residents suffer from chronic loneliness. In these facilities, the structured environment, while intended to be safe, often results in a routine that leaves little room for genuine interpersonal connection. Clara testimonial. There were days when I felt entirely invisible, surrounded by people, yet completely alone. I tried to spark conversations, to build a sense of community, but many residents were as isolated as I felt. The loneliness was suffocating, and over time, it wore down even the strongest of spirits. This profound isolation does not occur in a vacuum. The lack of personal interaction and the absence of meaningful social connections can have a direct impact on cognitive function and overall mental health. Academic studies suggest that social isolation is linked with faster cognitive decline and even higher mortality rates among seniors. Experts advocate for the integration of regular social activities, creative group engagements, and one-on-one interactions within senior care facilities. Yet, despite these recommendations, many institutions fail to deliver the personal attention their residents need to maintain both mental acuity and emotional well-being. For Clara, every lonely day was a stark reminder of the human need for genuine contact. Without the spontaneity of conversation and the warmth of recognition, each day in the nursing home felt like a slow surrender of her identity, a gradual erosion of the very essence that had defined her for decades. The lesson is clear. When evaluating care facilities, it is essential to assess not only the physical amenities but also the social atmosphere. Facilities that foster robust social interactions, host regular events, and encourage resident participation can dramatically improve mental health outcomes and cultivate a more supportive, family-like environment. Chapter 4: Digging Deep: How to Thoroughly Research Facilities. One of the most vital lessons Clara learned was not to be swayed by surface appearances. A pristine brochure or an impressive website does not always reflect the daily reality within the walls of a facility. True quality of care is found in the details of everyday operations. During her search, Clara discovered that true insights come from visiting the facility at different times of the day, during the height of activity as well as in quieter, less crowded moments. An afternoon visit may showcase the vibrant side of the institution, but a late-night tour can reveal staffing shortages and lapses in care that a polished daytime visit might conceal. Experts in senior care recommend that families prepare a checklist before touring any facility. Key points should include: staff-to-resident ratio. Look for a low ratio that allows for personalized attention. Staff qualifications. Confirm that caregivers are properly trained and experienced in elder care. Resident testimonials. Speak with current residents and their families to gain genuine insights. Inspection reports and accreditation. Review independent evaluations and be wary of red flags. Cost breakdown. Ensure every potential charge is explained in detail. A 2022 study by the Elder Care Quality Institute found that facilities meeting these criteria not only yield higher resident satisfaction but also lead to improved health outcomes. Clara emphasizes, when you ask the right questions during your visit, you start to see the true nature of the place. A place that might look polished on the surface could be hiding significant problems. For families, this thorough research process is not just beneficial, it is essential. In today's complex senior care landscape, the importance of digging deeper cannot be overstated. By investing time and energy into understanding every facet of a facility's operation, you empower yourself to make decisions that respect the dignity and independence of your loved ones. Chapter 5: The Caregiver Shortage Crisis: Risks and Realities. One of the most alarming issues facing nursing homes today is the widespread shortage of qualified caregivers. In recent years, national reports have highlighted that nearly 40% of care facilities experience chronic understaffing, a problem that intensifies during peak illness seasons and public health crises. For Clara, the effects of this shortage were painfully tangible. There were times I found myself waiting for help with even the simplest tasks, like getting out of bed or moving to the dining hall. I know the staff did their best, but the numbers simply didn't add up, she recalls with a touch of resignation. The consequences of an inadequate staff are severe. Not only does this lead to longer wait times, but it also increases the risk of accidents and the incidence of preventable injuries. A recent report by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 2023, indicates that facilities plagued by severe understaffing see up to a 25% increase in such incidents compared to those with adequate staffing. Beyond the immediate physical risks, chronic understaffing can erode the trust and dignity of residents. When caregivers are stretched thin, meaningful interactions become rare, and residents are left feeling like just another number. As one caregiver candidly admitted in an interview with a local news outlet, "When there aren't enough of us to give every resident the attention they deserve, everyone suffers, the caregivers and the residents alike." Clara's experience, marked by long waits and the constant feeling of being overlooked, underscores a systemic issue that calls for urgent reform. Until broader systemic improvements are implemented, families need to carefully assess the staffing policies of any facility under consideration and look for clear indicators that adequate, compassionate care is consistently available. Chapter 6: Personalized Care: The Missing Ingredient for Quality Living. One recurring theme in Clara's story is the profound necessity of personalized care, an element often sacrificed in favor of standardized routines. In many care facilities, every resident is treated with the same procedures, regardless of their distinct histories, preferences, or medical needs. A recent survey by the Senior Living Association, 2023, found that nearly 60% of residents believe that their individual needs are not sufficiently acknowledged or met. Clara confesses, "I felt like I was just another face in the crowd, a number in a long list. Even when I requested help specific to my condition or my routine, I was met with generic solutions that never really worked for me." Personalized care is more than a trend, it is a necessity. It means understanding that every person's physical, emotional, and social needs differ and must be met with flexibility and compassion. Without this adaptive care, residents can experience declines in both physical health and self-esteem, factors that directly correlate with longevity and quality of life. Experts advise that prospective residents ask, how does the facility tailor care to individual needs? Are there policies in place for adjusting treatment plans as conditions change? Does the institution allow for flexible scheduling that respects personal preferences? Such questions are integral in determining whether a facility truly honors the individuality and dignity of its residents. Clara's message is clear: only through personalized and compassionate care can seniors maintain their sense of self and continue to thrive. Chapter 7: Exploring Alternatives: Carving New Paths to Independence. Clara's journey led her to one fundamental realization: a traditional nursing home is not the only path to quality senior care. In recent years, alternatives such as home care services and senior living communities have emerged as appealing options that combine care with the freedom to retain one's independence. Data gathered by the National Council on Aging, 2022, indicates that nearly 30% of seniors express higher satisfaction and improved quality of life when opting for alternatives to traditional nursing homes. These alternatives not only allow for tailored care but also preserve the environment of one's home or a vibrant community setting. Clara testimonial: "When I discovered home care, it felt like I was reclaiming the independence I'd lost. I could stay in my own home, make my own decisions about my day, and yet have a professional there whenever I needed help. It was the perfect blend of support and freedom. Home care offers the comfort of familiar surroundings with the added benefit of professional assistance, allowing seniors to maintain their routines and sense of self. Meanwhile, modern senior living communities emphasize independence while providing convenient access to on-demand support. In these environments, the focus is on community, social engagement, and creating a living space that is both stimulating and safe. For many seniors and their families, these alternatives represent a paradigm shift away from the limitations of traditional institutional care. They offer the possibility of a lifestyle where respect, dignity, and independence are never mutually exclusive. When exploring alternatives, ask critical questions such as, will I have the autonomy I need while receiving professional care? Is the community designed to foster social and intellectual engagement? What safety measures are in place, and how do they adapt as my needs change? By looking beyond traditional care models, seniors can find solutions that preserve both their physical safety and their personal dignity, a dual promise that is essential for a fulfilling later life. Chapter 8. The History and Future of Senior Care. To truly appreciate the current challenges and emerging opportunities in senior care, it is valuable to understand its evolution. Over the past century, elder care has undergone dramatic shifts from humble, family-centered care in private homes to expansive institutions designed to manage large numbers of residents. Historically, communities were built around multi-generational relationships. Elders were honored, their wisdom integrated into daily family life. As societies modernized and nuclear families became more common, professional elder care facilities emerged. However, this transformation also brought with it challenges, standardized routines, impersonal policies, and a focus on efficiency over individualized care. Today, technological innovations and social awareness are converging to redesign what senior care can be. Smart home technologies, telemedicine, and community-based models are paving the way for a future where quality care is both personalized and accessible, without sacrificing the independence that every individual cherishes. Experts predict that the next decade will see revolutionary changes in the landscape of elder care. Data from recent pilot studies suggests that integrating modern technology with human-centered service can reduce the incidence of loneliness by up to 15% and improve overall health outcomes. This new era of care promises to honor the legacy of seniors while embracing innovation, ensuring that no one's golden years are spent feeling confined or unheard. Chapter 9. Expert Interviews and Insights. In our quest for a deeper understanding, we spoke with leading experts in the field of senior care. Dr. Evelyn Roberts, a gerontologist with over 30 years of experience, emphasizes that emotional and physical well-being are two sides of the same coin. Dr. Roberts, interview clip. Empowering seniors begins with restoring their sense of agency. Every individual deserves the right to make decisions about their own life. When care facilities recognize and support that, the benefits extend beyond physical health, they nurture the spirit. Financial experts also share cautionary advice. Mark Thompson, an elder care financial counselor, highlights the necessity of transparency. Before signing any agreement, ask for a complete financial breakdown. Hidden fees are a common trap. Understanding all costs up front can prevent future financial hardship. These expert perspectives reinforce what Clara's story has taught us: the need for personalized, transparent, and well-researched care options. They remind us that the best outcomes come from a blend of emotional support, financial clarity, and modern service models. Chapter 10. Empowering Your Future, a Call to Action. As we reach the end of our journey, the message is unequivocal. Every senior deserves to age with dignity, respect, and independence. Clara's narrative, enriched by expert insights and empirical data, is a rallying cry for all who seek better elder care. It is time to question outdated practices and demand more from our care systems. This is not merely an individual story, it is a call for systemic change. Whether you are a senior planning your future, a caregiver seeking better options, or a family member looking after a loved one, let this be the catalyst for demanding transparency, compassion, and innovation in elder care. By researching extensively, asking hard questions, and exploring innovative alternatives from home care to community-centered models, we can forge a path that honors both the financial and emotional well-being of our elders. On-screen text fades in. Your independence is precious. Demand quality care. Empower your future. Loss of independence. As noted earlier, 68% of nursing home residents feel that rigid schedules strip them of personal autonomy. AARP 2022. Hidden costs. Studies have shown that hidden fees can add between 20% and 30% to the base cost, creating significant financial burdens for many families. NIC 2022. Emotional isolation. Research estimates that 55% of residents experience chronic loneliness, an issue closely linked to declining physical and mental health. National Institute on Aging 2023. Staff shortages. Approximately 40% of facilities are facing significant understaffing, increasing risks and affecting resident satisfaction. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services 2023. Alternative satisfaction. Nearly 30% of seniors opting for alternatives like home care or senior communities report higher levels of satisfaction and improved quality of life. National Council on Aging 2022. These data points are not abstract numbers. They represent lived experiences. They highlight the urgent need for a care model that values and preserves the independence and dignity of every senior. Clara's journey is a testament to resilience and the unyielding human spirit. It urges us to reimagine what elder care can be, one where every person is not simply a resident, but an individual with history, wisdom, and an enduring right to independence. Thank you for joining us in this detailed exploration of the real costs, challenges, and emerging alternatives in senior care. We hope Clara's testimony, enriched by the voices of experts and the power of solid data, inspires you to ask the right questions and seek the care you or your loved ones truly deserve. Remember, your independence is priceless. Your dignity matters. Empower yourself with knowledge, and let that guide you toward a future of respect, personalized care, and true quality of life. Subscribe for more insightful stories, and share this video to help others make informed decisions about senior care. Stay safe, stay informed, and continue questioning the status quo. The journey to a better tomorrow starts with each informed decision we make today. Your future is in your hands. Cherish it, protect it, and never compromise on your independence.